And on today's podcast, we have myself. My name is Rebecca. My pronouns are she, her. And I can no longer say I've never had COVID. It got me. I went a good few years. I got it on my sister's trip or brought it to the sister's trip. Somehow, Rosy and I shared a bed. Rosy
I didn't even get even remotely sick. I don't know how.
That hit me so hard. And I had my first in-person doctor's appointment in like 3 years, my physical. I don't know if I got it from there. I don't know what happened, but I felt rough that trip. And then I came home and tested positive immediately. I was in the shower. I took the test. I went in the shower and Emery came in within like a minute, was like, this is super positive for COVID. I was like, dang it, go put a mask on. But yes, it hit me so hard, and RIP. Luckily, I was vaccinated many times over that year, but yeah, my streak is over.
Oh, sad.
It's sad. I'm Ro. My pronouns are they, them. And yeah, somehow we didn't get it.
You're still COVID free?
I'm still COVID free. I mean, I think what we've known about COVID is that folks might have had it without symptoms, and so then maybe if I wasn't testing. I test a lot though, because if I'm going somewhere that there's going to be a big crowd, I test. If I'm going to be around some people who are more immunocompromised, I test so far.
I literally told a coworker like right before the trip, like, oh, yeah, like I'm
as
COVID free.
As soon as you texted us that you tested positive, I was like, well, shit.
Yeah. I mean, how did you guys not? We were
I don't know,
together
we were
the whole
entire
weekend.
I know.
And I kind of knew. I was like, we're running a risk here because a lot of people don't mask much anymore. And
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes. I am surprised I didn't get it, although, because I feel like in years past I've had not a great immune system, but I feel like in the last like 2 years, I think because of COVID, because I've like really upped so much in my health and I'm eating so much better. I take immunity shots every day. Like, I don't know
but
what
I'm
it is.
careful about saying all that because then it's going to get me.
I know.
Because
now I'm like,
right. I know. I'm like, it's just winding up because Gaga also takes pretty good care of herself.
I was training for a marathon. I missed my half marathon because of darn COVID. But yeah, I was in like good
that was
shape.
so sad.
I don't know.
Wrecked me for you.
I was sad for you.
I know. That was bad.
Yeah. So I'm Ro. Pronouns are they, them.
If you're going to look, you should look into the camera. You're like looking away.
I'm looking away because my lip is still busted. We're still recording on the same day. I have a busted lip. If you don't know the story, listen to the one before this. I was trying to think about what to share about myself, and it's funny. You two are wearing no sleeves. Mm-hmm. I am wearing full sleeves and my long pants because I have been I have been in the mountains for a while, which has been nice. I've intentionally tried to slow down and be up in my mountain house and not in my van. So when I left today to drive down here, it was in the high 40s.
I know. As soon as I saw you, I was like, it's hot in Santee.
And I roll up to Rosy's house and it's 79 degrees still.
It was in the 80s yesterday.
And so I've been trying to get my mountain lungs back. So I've been going for these, like if I run here at sea level at the bay, I'm running 3 to 5 miles at a specific pace. It's still slow. Feel good. I go up there at 2 miles. Well, first of all, I'm like running gloves. My girlfriend just brought me this like thing she crocheted for my ears, but I'm usually got like my beanie on, my pants, and I'm like like whimpering, and it hurts. So I'm trying to get my mountain lungs back, but like it's wild. I'm only an hour and 15 minutes away.
That's a long time.
I know, but so that's why I look like this in case anyone.
It's like when cross country camp would be at William Heisey, and we all were like sucking air.
Yeah, it's 4,500 feet, and so then my watch will tell me because I like to like eat hills, and it'll be like you went to 4,750. Like there's just mountains everywhere, and it's cold, and yeah, it's a little rough. So that's why I'm wearing long sleeves and long pants while you all wearing tank tops right now.
Yeah. My name is Rosy. My pronouns are she, her. And I have a new binge show. Courtesy of speaking of our sister's trip on the plane, I was looking at episodes to download on Netflix. And I honestly have no idea why this came to my brain, but I was just like, Survivor. I've watched Survivor. The episodes I watched on the plane, I kind of have an addictive personality already, and so I actually don't love when things like this happen to me when I get obsessed because now there's no end in sight, and there's like
84 seasons of Survivor.
And so my brain literally won't be satisfied till I watch all of them. That's so fun for me, but I've watched I think 7 seasons already, which is like our sister's trip wasn't that long ago. That's a lot of Survivor I've been watching, but I love it. Mm-hmm. I do know. So I've like flip-flopped between like some old seasons and some new seasons, and it's changed a lot, and I get that because like as reality TV goes on, things aren't as real. So I've already, come at me with all the fake things about Survivor now. It's fine. Let me enjoy things. Let people enjoy things. I've already had people in recent years, like the recent episodes, because there's a season going on right now that's live.
Okay.
That are like, it's so fake now. And I'm like, I don't care. Let me enjoy it, okay? Anyway.
That's
I'm
so funny.
Binging Survivor
You and
right
I
now.
both have this because you have a 7-wing and so do I. So for Enneagram, one day we'll do a episode on it. But sometimes, because Gaga and I don't do shit for the podcast, we just show up. If there is a long delay and it's not because we haven't met, like sometimes we just haven't met, but if we have ones, it's because Rosie's addicted to a book.
Or a show.
And it has taken over her life. And I'm not saying this in judgment because I appreciate what you do and I don't care.
Like World Cup happened.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like you were reading the Harry Potter series and like no podcast came out while you were
My brain can't do anything else.
I love that.
I don't. I do love it and I hate it all at the same time. I can't. Okay. Anyway, on to some icebreakers. Gaga, let's have you go first.
Yes, so on the way here with my son, who's across the table from me, but he's not coming on the podcast. I told him, because he's always like, what are your icebreakers going to be? And I don't let him listen to the podcast, which is a source of contention in our household. But so I told him, and he guessed the answer correctly for me, and then he guessed what he thinks both of you will say.
So that's why
I love this. I can't wait.
So he wants to do. And what did we end up betting? Oh, Dunkin' Donuts. I owe him Dunkin' Donuts if he's correct on both of you.
Okay.
It wasn't correct on theirs.
Oh,
okay.
With an extra Dunkin' if
I think this is being
Okay.
So, who is your current celebrity crush? Okay.
Wait. Can
Well,
I?
Okay,
you go first.
He got mine right, and it's David Diggs, who was.
Oh, yes. Such a
he's
good one.
So good. He's so cute. Yes. Okay.
Can I guess what Emery said for me, because I think he got it wrong,
Well,
but I guess I guarantee I can guess what Emery said for me.
Me and Emery guessed the same person for you. Like, I
Wait.
was like, I bet Rosie's gonna say, and we said it at the same time.
Okay.
Do you want to say it?
Wait, no. Let me
Okay,
say it, and
okay.
I'll say
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that you guys said it was Taylor Swift.
No. But I love a gay moment. I'm here for it.
Okay. Oh, you think it's man?
I do. At least that's what we both
Oh,
guessed.
you're gonna be disappointed at who my celebrity crush is.
Wait, who's your celebrity crush?
One right now.
No, I guarantee mine is not your type. Well, I don't know, but my celebrity crush is, and has for a long time been, Blake Lively.
No, we guessed Ryan Reynolds, her husband. That's so funny.
That is very funny.
Okay, so we were in the household. Okay.
I saw a really funny meme recently. It was because Taylor Swift and Blake Lively just went to Beyonce's Renaissance movie, and they posted a picture together, and there were so many memes going around. Like, if I hadn't already identified as queer or whatever, they're like, this would have been my awakening.
Did you see Ryan Reynolds and Travis Kelce put their
faces on it? So good. But Blake Lively, stop it right now.
Completely.
Don't think she's a human being. I'm pretty sure she's AI generated, has been for years. People like that just don't exist. I'm sorry, but I still love her.
I'm so out of touch with reality that I literally don't know who Ryan Reynolds or Blake Lively, what they look like.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
I've heard.
I've never seen Deadpool, but
No, I haven't seen. I recognize and then if I look them up, I'll be like, oh yes.
You know the two white guys that bought the soccer team?
Oh, Wrexham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of them.
yeah,
The Canadian or the American?
the
Canadian.
American. Oh, Ryan Reynolds. You're right. Sorry, Ryan Reynolds is a Canadian. I'm sorry. Who's the guy that bought it with him?
Whatever.
He's also like a X-Men guy
is
or whatever.
Sunny in Philadelphia. I think he's on that show.
I can't remember his name.
Oh,
I
okay.
won't.
Emery,
We're
you
so
don't
good
know?
at this
Yeah.
game, but
And then Blake
Anyway.
Lively's married to him.
Yes.
What?
and she's gorgeous. She was Gossip Girl.
Yes, Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
She was. I mean,
She's
she's
beautiful.
She's in a lot of
Okay, I'll have to
things,
look
but
it
she.
Emery also said Tom Holland for you.
I don't know.
No, actually, that's a good one. I do really like Tom Holland.
Okay.
Yes, I more like Tom Holland for his personality, but he's also a handsome man. We'll give him that. But
I'm so curious because I'm horrible at celebrities. So like my celebrity is not going to be like probably a TV personality.
I think I know yours exactly who you're. I think.
oh wow, I can't wait.
So right now, maybe because she just be thirst trapping us on of her Instagram.
Oh.
Allie Krieger is
Oh,
and, like, she like I know that all of us queers out there have had to have a moment of silence about her and Harris's
Not just the queers.
not just the
Not
queers,
just the
about
queers.
all that's gone down, and it's very contentious. But Allie Krieger, she be doing it for me right now. Oh man,
She is amazing.
You to guess who I think.
Oh yeah. So Rose gonna guess
okay, so
what
I'm gonna guess who you
Emery
thought
said.
I also said this. Me and Emery agreed.
Like a shared brain. It's weird.
We do. It's
It's
weird.
like she birthed you or something.
So, cool.
Oh.
We like have.
Are you gonna show me Blake
That's
Lively?
Blake Lively.
Never seen her in my life.
Really? And that's Ryan Reynolds, her husband.
Okay, so I've seen Ryan Reynolds.
Show the
Yeah.
picture of Taylor Swift and Blake
Okay.
Lively though, because
Okay.
Who did you think mine
Amazing.
was?
Rose.
Oh,
Oh,
Ruby Rose. You're
yeah,
right.
and you loved Orange is the New
I did
Black.
love Orange is the New
So
Black.
okay.
Yes, yeah.
But I
That's
do
okay.
not owe you Duncan.
Hey,
Sorry.
I owe you though because I love you, one, and because that was pretty close.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, that's very close.
That's
I'll
funny.
get you, Duncan.
Okay, bye.
That was
That's
a
a
really
funny- yeah.
good icebreaker. Okay, I'm gonna do mine next. And if you listen to the episode before this one, it actually kind of ties in a little bit because I mentioned this. But
Okay.
my question is, which the CEO of my company asked this recently in a team meeting, and it was really sweet to hear people's answers. So that's why my inspo. What is the best Christmas gift you ever received? And I'm excited to talk to you guys about this because I know we don't. All three of us, I think.
So that's the actual photo.
Oh,
of
Beka
Taylor
is
Swift and
showing.
Blake Lively, but then Ryan Reynolds put her and her boyfriend's face on the photos.
I've never seen these.
This was like all over the internet.
Okay. I mean, obviously, I'm so uncool. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, we knew this.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
But
Say
we all
what our
like aren't
favorite-
big gift givers or gift
Uh-huh.
receivers. So in that realm, what was the best one? And I'll go first.
Oh, okay.
And it is actually in my office. It was funny because when we asked this at a team meeting, it's on my very top shelf, so I can't reach it because I really wanted to show it, but I'm not tall enough to get it. But it's in my office. So do you remember the year that the brothers, so like backstory of what I mentioned in a previous episode, but we used to, because like we didn't do a lot of presents as kids, but all the girls would get the boys a gift and all the boys would get the girls a gift. And shortly after our house burned down, all the boys, and I was thinking, when I was thinking about this at my team meeting, I was like, whatever year this was, like cameras were hard to get access to, printing photos was hard to get access to. So it added, now that I'm an adult and I realize that, it adds the value that I didn't realize. But the brothers did a little photo shoot on the ranch and they like dressed up in their little black button ups. And they took pictures and they put them in frames and they like wood burned a frame for each of us. And mine says Rosy forever, our baby sister. And I literally was on my team meeting and I was like, it's okay, everything's fine. But that's my favorite gift because it like, I always knew I loved it. And it wasn't until I actually mentioned it on my meeting that like I realized how much value it does hold. Like the ranch, the fact that our house had just burned down and they like dressed up and somehow got access to camera and printing and putting it in a freaking frame that they would burn. Like how did they, I don't even know how they did that.
Probably a lot of Robin
A lot
was
of
in that.
Yeah.
But
Zach's wife definitely helped with the gift.
mine says Gaga, your joy is inspiring, and it hangs in my office too.
That's so sweet. You know,
Yeah.
they also all have like such long hair.
They do have
They
long
know.
hair.
They look like a little boy band.
They look like a little boy band. Mine says greatest big sister, and so yeah, and it's Woodburn, and I love that. I love that. That's
So is this Christmas specific?
It is because it's that time of year.
okay.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be though. I'm okay with
I
no
mean,
rules.
my son was born on my birthday. Like
Yeah,
that's a hard
that's a
one
good
not
gift.
to do. So what comes to mind last year? Like as a single mom, you kind of get the shit stick of the gift giving game. It just is like sometimes I'll take Emery to the dollar store and be like, "Here's $5. I'm not looking," and the cashier will help or whatever. But last year he was at an age where he was like, "I've saved up my allowance. I need to give me your phone. I'm going to buy something on Amazon and put money in your wallet." And I was like, okay. He's like, "Don't look on Amazon." And I didn't. It was legit a surprise. And he ordered me this like necklace of a crescent moon. Because we always talk about like the moon being a mom, like always there, giving you light, like not too invasive, but just like you're always, okay, I know the moon's there. Everything is good. And so
You got her. You got her.
So he ordered
He's
me.
such a sweet boy.
He's so sweet. So he ordered me like a little crescent moon necklace with his own money that he saved up on Amazon, and it was like a legit gift on Christmas. Where I was like, oh my god, this is like something I love, and I wear it. I'm not wearing it right
that's
now,
a
but
good
yes,
one.
I love that one.
I know. You got Rosy. I'm pretty sure it was you. You replaced my Letterman's jacket, and
did,
it was like so our house burned down in October, like the end of October. Rosy's not gonna be able to last through any of this.
It's fine.
So it was only like 2 months later, and I still like, and you know, it's not something that I necessarily wear, but every time I think about it, because it represented my 4-year, and I went to 2 different high schools, and so I always thought that was like really meaningful because I don't know how you did a turnaround so quickly to give me a new Letterman
Shout out
jacket.
to Al's Sport Shop, which is still on Santee.
Yes!
Space.
Wow!
I just went in and was literally like, listen, and I explained what happened, and the woman working there was like, girl, I got you. Like, she took care of it, and because that's where everybody got everything.
Yeah.
So she was like, what? Yeah.
It
was
wasn't
great.
even on my radar. That's something I had lost. We do this. This still happens. Fucking
Me
20 years
too.
later.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, wait, that
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so
This was the 20-year anniversary.
I know it was. Yeah, it is wild. Sorry. So that was a really memorable gift. Yeah, I think that's the one that comes to mind right now.
Aw,
Yeah.
I love
That's a
that.
Good question.
All right. Well,
Well, you.
I didn't
oh,
ask you.
sorry.
ask them.
Sorry. I was just trying to. I didn't want to cry anymore. So.
Okay, I'll go real light then. What Christmas candy represents your current sex life?
Jesus.
Christmas
candy?
How many
Yeah.
specific? The only one I can think of is a candy cane. That's literally the only Christmas specific candy I can even think of. But I suppose it could apply.
I mean, do you want me to answer?
I mean, it's hard and long.
Yeah, you go first.
So peppermint bark. Like, because it comes in big sheets, so you get to like make it work for you.
Oh,
Like, you can,
okay,
you know,
okay.
Yeah, and it's like one of those that comes around at times of year, and you can like add little things to it. And
I know mine.
okay,
Okay, you go then.
Now that you explained like a whole thing, mine is like because I don't ever have hot chocolate unless it's around Christmas, and so when I think about hot chocolate, it's like it just fills your whole body with happiness. You just want to hold it. You just want to be close to it. It's like a moment, like you're nothing else in your world. You can't see anything else.
yeah.
Your whole world is just a moment in that warm hot chocolate. It's almost like that euphoric state you just get. Sorry, my Slack has been going off the last episode too from soccer. And it's just
Do you put anything in your hot chocolate? Are you a schnapp?
Wait, what are we asking?
yeah. I feel like that was a
We're really
loaded
asking
question.
here.
Never mind.
It depends.
Depends. Okay.
So that's my answer.
Okay, you know those chocolates? They're usually like a nutcracker in that foil, and you're like super excited to eat it, and then you wait too long, and it goes bad, and then you're like, damn it, I missed my opportunity, and then you just go without chocolate. Is that...
You open it up and it has spots on it.
Yeah, you're like I waited like the advent calendar.
Yes! You're like, this has gone bad. I don't want it anymore. I waited too long. The moment is over. I think this is going to make me sick if I do it, so I'm not going to do it.
But you do it anyway.
Sometimes you really need chocolate. Sometimes you've just waited so long, and it's your turn. Damn it!
Oh my god.
That is my current.
Oh god.
I knew Gaga wouldn't disappoint. I knew she wouldn't disappoint.
All right, that was a good icebreaker.
I made you cry, but for a different reason.
Yeah, for a different reason. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna delete that.
So-
one, okay?
We're going to go into our episode for today, which is I start a new year with my sisters. A little background, because I think we'll mention this a couple of times, is we used to always do like a word versus resolutions. So my first question is like just reflecting on this current year. Like, did you have a word last year? Did you have a resolution? And I'll go first on this one because I actually did have a resolution. I don't normally do resolutions, but mine was because the year prior I read some books, but not as much as I like. And I think it was because I was reading them on my phone. But I really missed reading physical books, but books are expensive. And I hadn't gone to the library since like 8th grade. And so I was like, I want to start going to the library and get books. A lot of that was inspired by Beka and Emery because they go to the library a lot, and it was super easy. I think I even was like texting you December of last year.
You were, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, how do I go to the library?
I think I said like literally just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did.
Aw.
I think I mentioned I read 20 books this year. I'm on book 21 right now, but at least half of those, if not more, were from the library.
Aw.
And I remember in January, the first time I went to the library, I just asked this worker, and he was so nice. And I literally saw him every time I went to the library from that. He must work there a lot. But I just told him like, hey, I haven't been to the library in years. Like, I want to look at books. And I feel like he either read that I was anxious, or he's just a stellar employee. Either way, stellar.
Both.
Because not only did he show me how to check out books, he showed me how to return them, which like helped my anxiety, because like I don't know what I would have done.
Wow.
And he showed me like how to find books like by genre, by author, and it was just like the best experience. And I loved going. I would go even when I wasn't ready to check out a book, because I'd still have my books, but I just wanted to go to the library. Like, it just ended up being such a fun place to be. The town I live in is not like also the most inclusive. It's pretty conservative city, and so like the library is just such a queer friendly space. It's such a, not even just queer friendly, like it's just safe. It's safe for whatever minority community you're a part of. If you need a good place to go to the freaking library. The library is the best. So I was really proud of myself. It was like a good thing to like drive there by myself. The parking lot of my local library is not very easy.
It is not easy.
It is very stressful. So it was like not only to get out of my comfort zone of like driving to myself somewhere, going, learning it by myself. Justin never went to the library with me.
Yeah.
I usually take him with me everywhere.
That's a very independent thing for you. Where is it?
It's by Mass
Park. Yeah.
But taco shop.
Yeah.
It always
yeah,
smells
yeah,
good
okay.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I know where that is.
So I was really proud of
good
myself
for
that like
you.
I actually did the resolution I wanted to do. And I'll probably continue it into next year. Although now, a friend of mine gifted me a trilogy. Not gifted me. I'm borrowing it. I shouldn't have said gifted. I'm borrowing a trilogy. I'm on the second book. And I did a gift or like a book exchange recently online, and I got like 4 books.
Oh, you
so
did? Oh,
yeah.
good.
And we went on our sister trip. I bought a book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bought
we
a
just had a
book there
really
too,
expensive day in the
Bookstores.
bookstore that also served alcohol.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, libraries are something we need to patron because they were in trouble for a while there. And also it's more like sustainable, like for the environment to be able to like, when you're done with the book, take it back. And
Yeah. We in PFLAG we do a lot of work around the banned books, and so our library recently had a big banned book section, and then they'd have kids come up and they would ask them questions, and the kids would guess a book, and they'd be like, did you know that was on the banned book list? And the kids were like, what? No way. And then from the perspective, like now that you're talking about libraries, I've been in my home 7 years now, or it will be 7 years in February, and they've seen Emery like all 7 years. Every week they've seen him. COVID threw a wrench in there a little bit, but like librarians are part of your social circle if you go a lot. Love libraries.
I would want to be a librarian, but it's actually kind of hard to be a librarian.
Oh, they're smart. They're
Yeah.
very smart. Yeah.
I've looked into applying to be a librarian, just like, what is
Out
it?
of
Not because like
curiosity?
I was actually going to apply, but like you can't just like, I like books, I'm going to be a librarian.
No, yeah. Library science is
They're
a
legit,
whole-
yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. Oh, nice.
I think for me, my year was based around getting Emery from elementary school to junior high, which is a big transition. And we were all really worried about it. And like our whole life just hinged around that. And then he ended up twisting his ankle and being on crutches
that's
the
right.
first day, and new schedule. And
I forgot he was on
I know. And you go from a whole new campus. You have periods now. You have to dress out in PE, all new teacher. It's just a big transition. And I was extremely worried. But it's actually been great. He's loved. He's doing
thriving.
so well.
He does seem like he's thriving.
He's very much thriving. And but the thing, my goal was to volunteer 1 hour a month was my goal. And I joined a group in Farmers to kind of
In general or at his school?
no, in general.
In general,
My
okay.
personal goal.
Got
like
it.
I was focused on him, but then my
Oh,
personal
got
goal
it,
was
okay.
to volunteer 1 hour a month. And then I joined a group of farmers where we advocate for volunteerism and we set up events. And at the end of the year, I'm actually going to log 52 hours of volunteerism.
you
So I
do
ended up
a
being
lot.
an
Yeah,
hour,
you do volunteer a
an
lot.
hour a week.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like an
Which I was like, whoa, that surprised me so much. But
That's awesome.
but if you do 4 hours a Saturday,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah.
like a cleanup, it actually adds up very quickly, but I've like met so many cool people. I've done so many cool things and contacts, and it's just such a humbling, grounding experience. So I'm going to continue that into next
You
year.
inspired an episode I want us to do
Yes,
about
I can't
volunteering
wait.
because like watching you do it and seeing how much it like fills your life with joy. I don't volunteer. And like I didn't even think much about it till like seeing how much you do, and I know what it taught you, what it's taught Emery, what it brings to your life too. I'm like, okay, I'm going to volunteer and then we're going to talk about it on the podcast.
Yes,
That's
let's
awesome.
do it. Yes.
Yeah.
Get more people to volunteer.
Yes.
So I don't know if I've ever shared this, but 2020, I decided we used to all have a word, and we would talk about this on our sister's trip. And so I decided that my word of the year in 2020 was going to be joy.
And
So I went
flashback.
into 2020 being like, I'm going to figure out what joy means in my life. I'm not someone who sits with that emotion very well, which is hilarious because
If I had sound effects, I would go, wah,
right. So it was
wah.
like COVID, cancer. It was when, and now it's a joyful thing, but my marriage started to take a different sort of journey, if you will. And so there was sadness at the beginning of it. So like ever since then, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this word.
Like maybe I'm going to pick the opposite word that I really
so
want
I
to
actually
do.
haven't done a word since then.
Oh, okay.
And I've been thinking about if I wanted to do a word for this next year, and I don't know, maybe that's another question. But so honestly, this last year was just about like, honestly, it was just about like being settled, like doing life, whatever it looked like. My life is not settled. My life is wild. At the end of last year, I was like discovering like my relationships and like what I wanted and what I didn't want. I had just gone through a couple of like breakups. Some of them were bigger than others. And yeah, I really just was like, we're going to see what this year brings. I'm in an intern phase of my career. So I'm broke. I live this van life / mountain life. And at the time I was like not seriously dating anyone. A year later, I'm very seriously dating someone. And so it's been lovely. Like that person has helped heal a lot of things. But I just was like, I'm not going to have an expectation, honestly. I'm just going to like really try and tune into what I need. And just pivot. I turned 40 this year. And so that was a big thing. I'm like, everyone says 40s can be your best like years. And I dealt with a lot of physical injuries this year because I think 40s, but also was like, okay, that means I need to like adjust how I'm working out. And I was running a bunch at the end of 2022 and then couldn't really run in 2023. And so honestly, it was just like taking it one day at a time, which that's like a sober mantra. Nothing wrong with that. But like, so I'm not like, honestly, 40 this year has been one of my best years. It truly has. And I've just done all the things and I'm real tired. So I'm like settling back in my house right now, changing the relationship with me at my house and kind of being unapologetic. And my husband came out fully. Like we had been living this lifestyle for a while.
That is
So
huge.
we've been living this lifestyle for a while, but there was a part of it that I had to keep super closeted to protect him, and everyone's on their own journey. But this has been years. And so we just kind of got to like, we went to Pride together, like both very open and out, and everyone knew. So it's been a lot of like liberation. Like this is white people liberation. So, you know, there's a lot of things happening in the world that need that word more than I do. But, and also just recognizing like 40 is not 20. Like there are limitations. This weekend,
Some might call that math.
40 math, old people math.
I showed up to the game and I popped my shoulder out my first punt. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll sit out the second half. I never do that. But I was like, we have a backup goalie here. I'm good. So it's been just about sort of like re-navigating this next phase of my life. I'm the oldest, so I don't see other siblings do 40. So I'm just like, all right, here we are. So I actually have just been like doing it. Like no expectation, I had some goals around like my work, but it's kind of the same thing over and over. I just like keep the certain number of clients, but other than that, no goals for once.
And it will seem like it worked in your favor.
It was a great year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hard year, but a good year. They're all hard years.
It's funny that you say you have no one to watch, like you don't have your siblings to watch be 40. I'm the youngest, so I have all my siblings to watch be every age, which is probably why like I feel like I've always felt really young because people
I'm so old.
yeah. No, but I have lots of friends my age who are either the oldest or don't have siblings as old as as ancient as my siblings. So like it's funny hearing my friends be like, we're 28, we're so old. I'm like,
You're like, well, you should meet Ro.
yeah. And
They're so old.
I just like I feel so young in a good way, not in a negative way. Like I just see what life can bring and how much, like, I remember your 30th birthday party and how
my gosh,
wild
our
it
house
was.
Party, yeah.
And I still have 2 years till then. I'm like, oh, I got time to party.
Yeah, you
and so
do.
it's really,
I'm still partying.
yeah.
Don't
That's why I think it's funny when people my age who don't have a lot of, maybe they're not close to people who are a little older. Cause I'm like, oh, we got so much time. Like, Beka on for her, it was your 30th. You ran the marathon. You did you had your 30 for 30. Like, I'm like, we got so much time to do so many amazing things.
Hopefully.
Right? My father-in-law, I don't know if you guys know this, is not even 50 yet. He's 49. And he plays on my softball team. And what is this? This is a Wednesday. So like 2 days ago. It's funny because he made some joke about being old. And I was like, whenever he jokes he's old, I just tease him because I'm like, you are closer to being able to be my brother than you are to being my father. So like you can't say
I
you're
date that age.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And he is like he's still
young,
fit
yeah,
and young and but it's just funny to hear like age is such a perspective I think and that's definitely like being the youngest is a privilege you get to hold to like see age and be like, oh, 40, Ro is still wild and ow at 40. So oh, that was good. Sorry, that was a tangent. Okay. So looking to this next year, do you guys have any goals? Hopefully, maybe no words. It's okay if you have no words.
No, that's right. Sometimes
but like, do you have a goal? Do you have a word? Do you have something you're looking forward to? I have mine. If no one has,
Go
theirs
for
yet. Okay, mine's gonna sound young and silly, but I found what mine is for next year.
A word?
It's not a word.
Okay.
It's a state of being, if you will. I.
Oh no!
I feel a little embarrassed saying this, but it's like real. Like I've been manifesting this and I've been meditating on it and journaling about it.
Okay, great.
But next year is going to be like I'm gonna be hot next year.
Ooh, no, I'm here for a hot girl moment. Explain.
Tell me more.
First of all, you're very hot.
Yeah.
Literally every male I've ever dated has seen a picture of you and been like, your sister is hot. And I'm like, yeah, thank you.
Oh well, maybe they need to like speak to me more. But. It's less of a place of insecurity, I suppose, because I feel really lucky. I think I've mentioned this before, like having older siblings always speaks so much kindness in my life. It has done a lot to my psyche, and I've had a lot of confidence going into my life. So I mean it less as like because I don't get this from the world, but more like what I want to bring into my own life is I feel like, and this is going to be a really fucking privileged goal here, but I am a dual income, no kids life right now. I'm a dink. I'm a white woman living in a conservative suburban neighborhood. So like I got all the things going for me.
Oh my god.
But I feel like I've not really like I've just always kind of lived, I don't know the right word, like just not to, I feel like the last couple of years not really to my full potential maybe. Like I've learned that when you look good, you feel good, you do good. And I've just always kind of like skated on like, but I don't really care about that stuff. But I don't realize the edge it actually gives me. Like a good example is like working out at the gym. I work out every day. I run a lot. I play a lot of sports. So I feel like I'm a fit person. But if I go to the gym in like my ripped leggings that the trainer has to tell me, Rosy, maybe you shouldn't do this exercise because I wear the same thing every day and I don't buy nice things and my like old t-shirt versus when I go to the gym in my like really cute spandex and my cute tank top, I actually get a way better workout and I don't, it really is like,
I did that to you.
And it's more for me than it is for the rest of the world. But so I've learned like, I want this year, I want to just get rid of everything that doesn't make me feel hot. All of my skincare products, all of my clothes. I've actually already done. I have 2 bags of clothes for you, by the way. Don't let me forget to give you that.
I think this is your shirt. I think these are your pants.
Because if I haven't worn it, because like sometimes I collect things because I also have I have attachment issues with things. So I'm like, but maybe I'll need it for this event. And I'm like, no, I only need like 5 shirts. I only need 5 leggings. And if they're nice, that's all I need. I just collect things and they don't make me feel good. So I just want to start over. Like I have so many hairsprays, mousses, hairbrushes. I don't ever use them. So I'm just, my like goal, and I've already started this in December, but like throughout this month into next year, I'm getting rid of everything that doesn't make me feel good, doesn't make me feel hot. And next year, I'm just going to be hot. Like hot girl 2024. I already bought all these like hot gym clothes, like from a nice gym brand, because like
Great.
when you feel hot, when you look hot, you do hot shit. Okay. So
I could not be more here for this moment. I love this. Was this the motivating factor of you wearing what you wore to Drop Zone Athletics party? Because you looked so good in that crop top.
And God bless my husband. He's the nicest human being.
He did not mind that hot top.
No, he didn't.
No.
But he's also like, sometimes when you feel things, it's one thing, but saying them out loud helps. And then saying them out loud to another human helps even more. So he's already heard all this. And so he's like tried to help me, because I've always been like
He's like, wait, twist my arm. Hot wife.
I know.
Hot wife
He don't.
Yeah.
I could wear a potato sack and Justin be like, let's bone right now, which I love that for us. But I literally put that top on, and he tied it for me also in the back, because he's also like really creative, which is nice because it has like a little tie thing. But I was like, am I showing too much back? He was like, too much back isn't a thing. And I was like, thank you. And just like helping me be like, do you feel like you look good? Then you look good. And like,
Cute.
I love that.
so it's helped a lot. I'm trying to get there and just do my own thing. I've been trying to be a claw clip girly. He's helped me do that.
You've been rocking the claw clip.
So
Yes.
hot girl
One of the things
2024.
I put my monster hair in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy like the nice, I don't ever do skincare, like buy whatever. But this year, no, I'm buying what I want. I'm going to look good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. Cute.
I'm going the opposite. I'm going stretch mark summer. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Hey, stretch marks are hot depending on who you asked.
Depending
My
on who
husband,
you
one of them.
Oh man. Okay. Have you guys ever read Atomic Habits by James Clear?
No, but I always get told to read it.
Great book. It is a self-help book. I know some people have feelings about self-help books, but it's very practical. And his whole thing is like 1% better every day. Like if you want to run a marathon, literally run 1 minute the first day, 2 minutes the second day. There will be a tipping period. If you increase the temperature, you're not going to notice from, 19 degrees to 20 degrees, but 31 to 32 is a big tipping point. So it's a great book, but a big thing in it is the success is in your process. If you set up a process that works for you, you've already won. Just follow the process. That's all you have to do. So I feel like the last couple years I've been trying to set up multiple processes in like working out, in my career, in my income, saving money, having friend groups, having support groups, volunteering, and I've got a real good balance right now, except for the dating thing. I can never figure that fuck out. But
That's not dependent on you, though.
other than that, so my going into 2024 was just like enjoying the process. Like I don't need to hustle so much anymore about setting up the process. I'm very proud of myself for the life I've set up and where I've gotten. So now I can kind of like, okay, I'm just going to ride the process out. And I know saying this in the next year, we'll listen to this and be like, oh yeah, shit went down. I jinxed myself. But my going into 2024 was like enjoying the success of the process that I have worked so hard in prior years, setting up goals and things.
That's amazing.
I love that one.
Well, mine are kind of divided into some categories. So 2024 has been a year that I've been holding.
Nope. We haven't been there yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. The year coming up. 2024 has been a year that I've been holding. We're talking about next year, right?
Sorry. I assumed what you were going to say.
I was on Rosy's wavelength
I was like,
too.
wait, did I? No, since I started this last grad school.
It's got it. I see where you're going to go with
2017 is when both Tim and my marriage decided like the marriage did. No, we started to do some work around some other things, and I started grad school that year because I like to do things all at once. And I knew, because I have spreadsheets all the time, that around 2024 I would be getting my license is the hope. I'm a little behind because cancer was not and COVID was not on my bingo card. So I got a little bit delayed, but it's still going to happen in 2024. Around this time next year, I will probably just be waiting for the state of California to tell me I can take my test. I will be, as long as nothing disastrous happens, I will be done with my hours and I'll just be waiting for them to tell me to test. So like that's a big deal. So I'm slowly going to be, as soon as I test and I'm licensed, I can then start my own business. So I have some goals around like what does it mean to be my own like business owner, both like retirement wise, health insurance wise, all of those things, legality. So I have some goals around that. So this is a big year for my career if nothing disastrous happens. So that's one thing I know, right? The other piece of that is also since 2020 or since 2019, my volunteerism, we were just talking about this, and my social advocacy has changed a lot. During COVID, at the very beginning, I was doing a lot of community care, and then I got sick and then moved to Julian. And so I haven't quite figured out the same community care. I still do. I can't give money as much as I used to. I don't make any money right now, so I can't distribute as much wealth as I used to. So at least in like those few years when I was working at another job and I was making better money, if I couldn't go out doing work because I was sick, I could distribute my wealth. So really trying to get back into some advocacy circles as it makes sense from where I live. So that's a big goal for me this year. And then the other one is actually kind of funny is like, I want to slow down a little bit. So
I want to start my own business, but
right. No, but like I went through the last few years, like dating a ton and switching between van and vacation and like mountain life. And like, I love all that. That's so fun. But I also need to like settle a little bit because I'm getting older. That's fun. And I like where I'm at. Like, that doesn't mean I'm not polyamorous. That doesn't mean I'm not pursuing relationships. But like the current setup I have makes a lot of sense for now. My whole mantra with polyamory is for now. And that doesn't just mean romantic relationship. It means my friendships, where I'm at with my family. Like, so nurturing what I have, still staying open to some other things that I have, in my heart to keep open, but really just like slowing down a little bit when it comes to that. Like we always want to like add new relationships, but then we have to nurture them. So just taking care of the ones I have. And then honestly, the biggest one is learning how to be as competitive and wild about my body, but in this body. So like last weekend,
I like that.
I hadn't played in a couple weeks. I've been having this injury. I busted my face. That was different.
Yeah.
And then I popped my shoulder out. This is something that's going to happen for me. I've popped my shoulder out multiple times as a goalie. And I'm like, okay, I need to probably not just run 5-6 miles. I need to probably like do mobility and stretching and some weightlifting and be like way more intentional, which means I need to slow down. Mm-hmm. I need to slow down and curate this. It is so hard for me because I just want to like, I have an hour in between clients. I'm going to go run some hills, like, bah, 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 bah. And then like my hips hurt for 3 days and I'm like, whatever. And then that's bad. It has caught up with me. I can barely sleep outside. Like I can barely sleep in the vans that I want to sleep in anymore. So, and that includes maybe introducing some non-Western medicine, like acupuncture and things that I don't like love because I don't like proximity to my body. I don't like Western medicine either, but like really thinking about some embodiment practices. I hate it so much. That is like slowing down, but still intentional. So those are my pieces.
Should do an episode I age with my sisters because
my gosh,
it's rough.
I've loved
and it would just
year.
make me be like, that
I know. We just went back, we got back from our sister's trip, and our sister, who doesn't do this podcast with us, Roxanne, who lives in Tennessee, is 10 years younger than me, and it's so interesting to like watch her. Well, it's even funny. I had a year where I also was like, I'm gonna prioritize my appearance. Like it's just like so interesting to watch you all go through, and then I'm over here like 40. I don't know, right? And I live a wild life, but this has been one of the best years. But I also have felt this invitation to have a different relationship with my body because my hips hurt. Like this foot thing has not gone away, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be. But I'm really healthy. Like I'm a healthy human, but I don't want to be like so limited that I can't do the things I love. So I have to like slow down and do all those
healthy
things.
person sans cancer.
Right. Mine is the big C word, but yeah.
No, I think that's a good one, especially because we need a goalie. So
I know,
don't get hurt.
Yeah. I couldn't play a lot of this season, partly because of my schedule, but partly because my body, like that one day I was like, I literally couldn't get through my run. Like I could not run 2 miles. That's not a thing, right, for me. And so I have to be patient and curate something a little differently for myself.
No, I had an episode idea after I wrote this question that sometime next year I want to do an episode of like I'm held accountable with my sisters where we do a check-in. Like things we said throughout the year on the podcast and just like check in.
I love that.
Did you actually take care of your body?
Have you listened to I was listening to the old podcasts. Some of them are pretty cringy. Mostly things I say.
No, you're the things people love. Every time I edit an episode and because I want to pick an audio snippet, I feel like every time it's you, like you
talk about dicks a lot, man.
Who doesn't love that?
I don't know. I just was listening. I was like, damn. But then I'm gonna put it out there. We need to camp more this year.
Yes,
because
let's hold ourselves accountable.
We tried to do that.
Honestly, while we were talking right now, one of the people on our camping text.
Yes,
I will make the reservation this week.
Yes,
we do need to camp more.
Camp more. So that's kind of like my parting question. We're right about a good time here. Just like what would you like for the podcast or for us as sisters? Like the three of us are so close. Like what would you like for next year? I think for me, I would like to stay more consistent and not go on binges of Survivor or Harry Potter or because I can be knee deep in things and also still do the podcast. So like I just want to be consistent because I have loved hearing our feedback and hearing like life is hard and life is busy even for us, and so it's busy for our friends, but even like my best friend listens to this and I love that she listens every week and I want to keep up even though I literally talk to my best friend I talk to her multiple times a week, but like I want to do this just for the people that listen. So I just want to be more consistent, I think is one that I want for next year.
I think with that though, like we were figuring so much stuff out this year.
Yes.
Like, well, not we, you were figuring everything out this year because you do it all. But like you're learning more social media things. And so I feel like we have, again, the successes in the process. Now we can just continue to do it. I'd love like counting on, the third Saturday of the month or something where I'm like, I can look forward to seeing my sisters and recording and here's what we're going to do. Cause this brings me a lot of joy in my life doing this. So I would love the consistency as well.
I'm the one who ruins it. I'll be really honest. Like
I wasn't going to say
I live a wild life where I'm like, it's hard. Like today I'm actually driving down from Julian and then driving right back up because I had committed to this. I also scheduled a haircut. So I made it work but I just live a wild life, and it's hard to pin me down sometimes.
But you said this next year you're trying to slow down, so maybe that helps you.
I don't want to get canceled. That's going to always be a goal. So far, we haven't got canceled. I do think
not that anyone has told us.
Right. Again, I very much.
I don't know. Y'all are vegan. I'm sure someone on some side of the spectrum has tried to cancel you.
Cancel on that. I am very aware that we are three white humans with a very specific voice. We are having a good time together. I just sit in a lot of spaces where I'm just like hoping that it doesn't ever land wrong. And if it does, I hope people invite us into a conversation.
Yeah.
I would also love, on that note, to have more guests on this. Like,
yes.
I think we have a good time. And at some point we're going to, I don't know if we'll ever run out of something to talk about, but I hope that we get to bring other people in. I hope we get to bring our nibblings in and niblets. What do we call our
nibblings? Yeah. Like our nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And I've learned some lessons around making sure I don't say names. Said some names in the first.
I said some X's. Yeah.
Hey,
that has happened.
I did learn I edit all that stuff out.
I had told you it was okay to not edit it out, and now there's some names on some podcasts that I wish I just don't say names. Just in case relationships change. That's all.
I get it.
Yeah.
Those are good goals. Well, we're all gonna hold each other accountable.
There you go.
And hopefully our listeners do too. Throw some shade if you're like,
yeah.
You have not released an episode or I cancel you.
Or calm down. That's what they're going to say.
What do you want to see in our podcast for the next year? If you've been listening to us, like, what do you want us to do?
Yeah. Either DM us on Instagram. I've been sharing our email in our show notes, so feel free to email us. And I should put it out there. Like, I feel like a lot of our listeners, followers are like friends of ours, which I love. I should put a poll out and be like, do you want to be on our episode?
Oh, that would be so fun.
We could just bring them in.
Yes. Or episode ideas.
Yeah.
We'd love episode ideas.
Great.
Well, I hope all of you are going into 2024 healthy, happy. And if you're not, we are here for you.
Yes.
We love you either way.
And if you need it, we're here.
Yes.
Okay.
We love you.
Cheers. Love you.
Bye.